Today we're going to be discussing posture. Posture has to do with the alignment of your body. The alignment could be whenever you are sitting down or when you're standing up. But today we're basically going to focus on our standing posture. On your paper, I already know that the head is at the top, the sternum is next, then of course the arms, the knees, and the feet. I do not want you to write down what the arrow is pointing at. Instead, I've provided more room for you so that you can write down a description as to what should the sternum be like. For instance, we learned that the sternum needs to be lifted. So you would write sternum lifted. On the right side, in those blanks, I would like you to tell me, why does the sternum need to be lifted? Why does the head need to be like that, etc., etc.? For instance, my sternum needs to be lifted so that I can breathe better. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start from the bottom up. Starting from the bottom up, we realize that our feet need to be shoulder width apart. In other words, in line with our shoulders. We found that we have a strong foundation whenever our feet are shoulder width apart. Our foundation is stronger because we have more control. Next are our knees. Our knees need to be soft or bent. Not quite this soft as Elvis is showing us right here, but they need to be soft so that you don't faint. You will faint if blood flow is restricted. So our knees being soft or bent allows blood flow, keeping us from fainting. So we've already discussed our feet and our knees. Let's move on to our arms. Our arms need to be at our sides. This way, it allows for our diaphragm to expand and our lungs to expand. This is also why whenever we're in class holding music, I ask that your elbows are away from your body. Sometimes I call them chicken wings, so that you can breathe better. Our sternum, as we've already discussed, needs to be lifted up. Not only does this show a confident singer, but when the sternum is lifted, it allows for your rib cage to expand again, allowing for your lungs and your diaphragm to do a better job at breathing. Lastly is our heads. Our heads also need to be lifted. Sometimes I will refer to kind of like a puppet with a string attached to the top of their head. That gives you the idea of lifting up your head, which pulls or elongates your spine. So again, our head needs to be on a string so that it elongates or lengthens your spine. This incidentally also makes you look taller. So let's review. Our feet need to be shoulder width apart, more so than the girl here in the picture. That way we have a nice strong foundation. Our knees need to be soft or bent so that we don't faint. Our arms need to be away from our bodies or at our sides so that we can breathe better. Our sternum needs to be lifted, again, so that we can breathe better. And our head should be on a string so that it lengthens our spine.